Am I frozen already? It sure fucking looks like it. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. We are soon going to be joined by Jumbie and Terramike. Of Jumbie Art. I do appear to be frozen though, which is probably because I am trying to stream from the NFtopia booth. This is not an ideal situation. But let's see if we can resolve that somehow. Okay, now things should be working correctly. My apologies for these slight technical difficulties we just had. I'm going to send a link over to the good Jumbie man and we are going to get this show on the road. I am very, very excited to chat to Mike and Jumbie. Sending them the link right now. We're going to talk art, we're going to talk physics, and we are going to talk good vibes. Let's go. All right. So I am now in a group chat with Jumbie and Terramike, which is quite lovely, I must say. But yeah, this promises to be a fun evening. I met Jumbie and Mike through Novo Pangea, where I'm head of lore. And they're just absolutely wonderful dudes on stream. And I've chatted a few times to Mike since then. I have not had a chance to one-on-one with Jumbie, but he seemed like a dope-ass dude when he was on the pack break. And I am just very, very excited to have these gentlemen on this evening. Now, just getting set up here because the struggle is real sometimes. All right, let's start sharing this, my Jumbie collection. There we go. All right, that way we can talk about art with these lovely, lovely gentlemen. The bot is on for those of you who are so interested. I have a twitch in my hip, which is not ideal. Ow, that fucking hurts. But yes, we are going to have a good time tonight. I'm hot miking here in NFtopia quite randomly, even though the tab is muted. But I'm going to go broadcast from the booth as it should be. If I can find it, Prime Rogue Inc. Show directions. Nice. Man, what a great day with tea break on earlier, Jumbie and Mike coming on now. It is just an absolutely wonderful day. And speaking of the devil, but not the devil, here is Terramike. How you doing, good sir?
What's up, brother? Chilling.
You look like you are having an absolutely lovely, lovely time.
I mean, I'm doing my best. We work a lot, so it's work hard, play hard kind of thing.
Absolutely.
I got Jumbie here with me.
Hey, Jumbie man, how you doing?
Magical, brother, magical. I'm just getting ready. Hey, I'm just getting comfy so I can get ready for this here.
I love it. The vibes you guys are giving out are absolutely amazing. So you guys are coming. Nice. So you guys are at. You're in the pool. Okay, I thought you were going to be in a hot tub.
Well, the hot tub's over there, but
we made the pool the heat of the hot tub, so that the pool's the hot tub and the hot tub is the pool.
That's actually pretty awesome. You guys are coming to me from somewhere very warm, right?
Vegas. We got the pool hot in Vegas, and it's beautiful. It makes the air cold.
I love it. I love it. I'm originally from Montreal, Quebec, Canada, and it can get pretty hot and humid in the summer, but in the winter, we would often go to saunas, and what we would do is to like cleanse our bodies. We would go in the sauna for like 20, 30 minutes, and then we would cut a hole in the ice in the river and then jump in the river.
Nice.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, body shock.
Yeah, exactly. It just kind of makes you feel alive, and it reinvigorates you.
Good for the lymph nodes.
Yeah, exactly. But I am loving the vibe. I am loving the light. Why don't you guys introduce yourselves for some of our viewers who might not know you?
I am Jumbie, and we are broadcasting to you live from the mothership here in Las Vegas. And I'm here with birthday boy Terramike. We are celebrating for pre-Tuesday because it's never too early to do a non-linear birthday. Very merry on birthday to you, Terramike.
I forgot about the birthday. Happy birthday, Terramike.
Yeah, that's why we're in the pool. This isn't something like we normally do, but this is like
it's something we normally do.
Celebration of the day and the moon. Let's check this out.
Tonight, guys. Wow.
Oh man, it's beautiful out there.
Where is the moon?
Right above you.
How do I get it in this thing? I'm trying.
There she is. I got her. I see her.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
Unless that's a UFO.
No, that's it.
So coming to us from Vegas, which is Bat Country, right?
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
If I'm not mistaken. So you guys are both artists, right?
Absolutely.
And one of the things that I find absolutely amazing about the work you guys put out, and especially about the physical object, the light frames, and I was talking to Mike about this at some point. It is the way you guys have such a crazy understanding of the properties of light and how it can be manipulated and used for good. And that's something I definitely want to chat to you guys about. But more broadly, why don't you talk a little bit, if you can, about like your style and your collection? Because I'm here. I'm looking at my collection of Jumbie Art NFTs here. I have like several hundred of them, and it's very eclectic. It's you have the melty faces. You have the Hunter S. Thompson series, which I just absolutely love. You have Hindu mythology, Egyptian mythology, elementals, the Genesis collection. There's this eclecticism in your work that I rarely see on wax. And so I kind of wanted to start with that and what inspires your work and how you you choose your subject matter?
So I would say the subject matter I like to keep in sort of a conceptual format. Um, it could be something as simple as is something moving because the light is moving, and therefore we can convey the the motion of something through the motion of color, or am I using the content to draw some kind of parallel, like I don't even know what you would call it, like a thread of continuity through all the different perspectives of main religious archetypes I'm kind of taking a tour through, and that kind of mission, showing that everyone kind of is talking about the same thing and relatively the same characters and different attributes or traits, which is really cool because we have attribute staking coming down the line here soon.
Yes.
And then all the way to, doing something that's, a little more pop culture in the regard that I grew up in Hunter S. Thompson's backyard. I'm a professional weirdo. When the going get weird, the weird turn pro.
Absolutely.
And this is that.
Gonzo for life.
Gonzo for life, baby. Absolutely. Anita will preach it. She understands. We got a portal up at the Owl Ranch and holding it down. So yeah, we like to also kind of feature that side of things because we are basically a psychedelic luxury lifestyle brand, and we have to try our best to live and represent the frequency that we know to preserve and bring to light for the rest of the people to see is a way of doing things, because especially right now, becoming more mainstream and accepted through the medical practices of using psychedelics in a more open-minded manner. And so we are here
Yes,
to kind of
psilocybin and LSD, right?
we like to set the vibe for mind expansion and the form of energy, energy use, and all light is energy. So we're using frequency of color as a way to activate your spectrum, and you have a biological response to the shift of the light as it goes from red to green to blue. Your rods and cones are misfiring and basically reading like braille everything that you're looking at, and so you're getting the reflection of what's making up that color that you see. And so what we do is, by turning on this light that tells you when it's going to be red or green or blue, we put those braille reading reverse receptors that are basically giving you the inverse, and we make them be in motion. So while they're moving, it appears that everything you see is then moving. It looks like the picture moves, but really your eye is moving with the light. So you are having a biological response to the artwork and the shift of the color.
Okay, that is a lot to unpack, and that sounds absolutely amazing. So there are so many things in there, but talking about light moving and the illusion of light moving, one thing that you immediately made me think of when I've been in Scandinavia and I've seen the Northern Lights.
Oh yes, Aurora Borealis. Oh,
Yes,
my favorite.
yeah, it's so beautiful. Sometimes we see it here in Calgary if we're really lucky. But so when you talk about the illusion of light moving versus the movement of light, and there's an inherent physics dynamic to this because of the speed of light. Can you kind of like maybe perhaps unpack a bit how we can take something like the Northern Lights, which I believe is actual movement that we can perceive, versus the illusion of movement that you're recreating?
Well, it's very similar. It's like we're riding the same way you perceive light is being transmitted, whether it's
Mm-hmm.
the Aurora Borealis shifting colors above your head, or
Okay.
that's like I believe it to be a magnetic spectrum that's
Yeah.
refracting light, and in it's either that is changing color and your eye is reading it as a color shift, which gives you a very similar effect, versus us, simulating that. We could probably create something very, very accurately received in that same format.
So how did you guys come to I do want to talk about the lifestyle brand after and the narratives that are kind of present in your art, but did you study physics or where did you gain this deep understanding of the properties of light that you have?
So my parents are both molecular biochemists.
Oh, okay.
Eye scientists. So I'm the adopted state school art kid that got osmosis to all this eyesight. Showcasing my artwork at festival with a color changing glow stick. I'm like, wow, would you look at what's going on there? And I had to go check and see if, I had been drugged or something. Like, let me go ask the guy that sold me this light if this is happening to him. And he's just like, whoa, man, what's going on with your picture? I'm like, well, if you can see it and you're sober, then this is physics and this is going to be amazing. We can control this and make it do all kinds of stuff. I bought every light on his whole booth. It was great.
That's actually super amazing because, there's this kind of like, I don't know if paradox is the right word, but let's go with it until I can find something better. There's this kind of paradox of playing with psychedelia and the actual physical properties of light at the same time, because we're talking about like reality and the augmentation of reality or an alternate reality kind of
right. So
kind of
like
coming together in symbiosis.
Perception is reality, right? What you perceive is your reality. So we can see less than 1% of the visual light spectrum that exists. So our reality is a small micron crumb of what is actually going on. And so in the realm of psychedelics, it's kind of like you get to peek beyond the veil a little bit and sort of see the alchemical nature of how fragile our reality, quote, quote, is and how shiftable it can be. Imagine how simple it would be if enough people's frequency raised at one time that everyone just entered a new vibrational existence because suddenly we're operating at a higher fucking frequency.
Got that Genesis up.
As a Genesis piece.
Yeah, this is one of my favorites. This was really difficult to collect as a collector. We kind of made it a little hard to finish this one, but this one is one of my favorites.
It's a masterpiece. What is the method here?
I do everything in Photoshop.
Okay. Wow. And do you sketch by hand first sometimes to like give yourself an idea of what you're doing, or do you really just?
It's kind of at this point I've been drawing since I was 6, so I don't exactly need to draw it to see what I want to sculpt. And
see, that's crazy to me as a thought.
Just
because
project it onto what I want. But sometimes, like in a project we're working on, I'll go out of my way to sketch up the things underneath to like show the steps so that we can be like, hey, everybody following along, this is what's going on, even though I can like skip forward past like 13 of those initial steps probably without even blinking an eye. But that's sometimes you got to show your homework. You know what I'm saying? It's like a math proof. You got to show
kind of like
work.
proof of work. That's so great. Yeah. So you were talking about reality is what we make of it basically. When I was doing my doctorate, I was studying under this guy called Alex Wendt, who in international politics was the guy who basically came up with the idea that well, without getting into too deeply, the social construction of reality as applied to international politics. And the notion that we could have peace if we want it, but that we socially construct our interactions in a manner that creates a narrative that's not conducive to harmony, but that's instead conducive to conflict, and it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy.
For sure, 100%.
And now what I find super interesting about your work, and you were talking about like the archetypes in almost a Jungian way that kind of like permeate the Hindu collection and the ancient Egyptian collection. And what I find kind of amazing about this stuff is that in the real world, to a certain degree, these different paradigms, which kind of reflect the same underlying subjectivity, can and often are in conflict with each other, but you kind of seem to place them in harmony. Can you talk to that a bit? Speak to
Yeah,
that a bit?
absolutely. So I feel like the human error is the part that makes it out of harmony, which ends up being yet again perspective. What perspective is being had by the people that live in this region of the world versus the people that live in this other region of the world? And they're all experiencing the same synchronicities and the same learning experiences and the same growth rates, but from a different angle or a different perspective with a different core material as their main go-to. And it changes that story narrative ever so slightly, just enough for a bunch of monkeys to fight over it. And it seems like one of the things that we could all just kind of like focus beyond the differences and look at the similarities and say, hey, what about these things are so much alike that, wow, I bet this story is the same story just being told by these guys over here who wear a different hat than those guys over there.
Yep.
Makes them look differently. Gives a little different shadow. Van Gogh haystacks. You're going to see the same thing, but it's going to come out a little different. That's perspective reality there. And I feel like we shift that with the light. We shift perspective reality. So I feel like it's something so flimsy that a light could shift your existence, that maybe we could all just harmonize under color and realize we like color and find our way to the similarities that we like of these stories instead of focusing on the differences.
He's in Wonderland. So that piece is about to be in Key West, right?
Yeah, that piece is already in Key West. If you know where to find it, it's just in a sneaky, unreleased location just yet. Wink, wink.
That's awesome. So I know these pieces are, most of them are physical in the real world. So you guys originally started. When did you guys get into the NFT space?
Oh, 2 years ago. I don't know what year it is.
2 years ago, Jumbie. I put a post up the other day. It was like one of my favorite moments in life. Jumbie called me up out of nowhere and asked me to come over to help with a project. And I had no idea what it was. And I was super excited. Like, yo, one of my favorite artists just called me and asked me to help with a project. And it was
an exciting
literally
call.
to bring the first series 1 to life and let people know the story. Because a lot of the NFTs, you know, and sorry, Jumbie, I hijacked this.
Take it.
But
no, go ahead.
They all tell a story that go into each other. And so in one flat image, you have literally an entire story that I remember the first time Jumbie showed me the Toth piece, which is being released. Dude, I cried. I'm a grown man. I'm 42 years old today. And I cried when he told me the story of that piece and how it encapsulates so many different regions of the world and different parts of things. It was almost overwhelming. I cried. And so
and art can have that effect.
Yeah. I wanted to help that in any way that I could.
Look at that moon. Holy cow.
Wow. And I guess, oh wow.
Sorry. It's juicy
it's awesome. I love it. I mean, light is beautiful, and light is a universal, but just in the same way that these different hats lead us to perceive our reality differently and perhaps enter into conflict that's completely unnecessary, we all perceive light differently, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you think about the conflict is there for the purpose of having different experience. If we're all one conscious that's subdivided into 8 billion people, and there's 27 archetypes of us running around on the planet, and we're all out here reliving the same slice of existence, but from a different perspective, making it a multiverse of realities all happening in one harmonious bubble. And we're all sending energy and information and our experience level points of this life and what we're enjoying, what we're not enjoying, what we're going through, what we'd like to be going through, what we're not getting to go through, all of the things, the ups and downs. And we take that and we send that information back up to the collective source, whatever giant galactic sea anemone we're all connected to energetically when we're conscious. And the idea of subdividing in the first place is so we can enjoy 8 billion differences, not hate 8 billion differences. Enjoy the
it's kind of like,
celebrate the differences. It's the purpose of being here.
and you were making me think of the melty faces when you said that, because in a way that's like celebrating difference.
Yeah, that's our variety. Like, we're all here just trying to open our pupils a little wider than normal, see some more light. It's not necessarily perspectively there yet.
It's just absolutely beautiful though. So Mike, you basically, are you the one who brought the project onto the chain?
I'm like the defender of Jumbie's art. He didn't want to go to any kind of blockchain without understanding what was going on with his art, what it meant if he released an NFT and all these things. So
okay, are we talking the legal dimensions or what?
Legal and what it meant, right? Like for his archiving process, and also for if we sell it here, are we allowed to sell it over here as this, and all these things that come into play. So
some of the really complicated IP stuff and the practical stuff. Okay, yeah,
right. So I don't want Jumbie to get taken advantage of in the world. So we came in slowly. We released the series 1. It was not high enough res to be able to print, but it was high enough res on a computer to look good and to see the detail. But we didn't make it color change. We wanted to sort of get the art out there and find the people that really resonated with the art, and then show them the magic that it was created to do when we start making it change color. And now here we are, almost 2 years after we started. Series 1 was like December 2021, and here we are, bringing the art to the masses and hopefully showing all the similarities in the differences. Like Jumbie was saying, there's so many similarities in all of our differences that maybe if we show those similarities in these differences, we can see them not as differences, but as what makes us all like one giant family.
And at the end of the day, the two common denominators are like the narratives of art and the objective reality of light, but that we perceive subjectively, right?
Correct.
Art reflects life, and perspective equals reality. So if art is your reality, then you probably have a really enjoyable perspective.
I would agree. So what was the first series that you guys did? What was it called?
Series 1, we just kind of went after the idea of like, how do we launch this as Pokemon style as we can, where you collect the pieces, you merge them together, build it up into its full format, then figure out ways to unlock and activate it and show what all it can do and drive it like the Ferrari that it can be.
Series 1 was the Hindu, Elemental, and Egyptian series.
Oh, okay. So I do have those. Okay.
We released them as like level 1, 2, and 3 kind of, where you get the Shaman 1 and Shaman 2 and blend it together and get the full piece. Because Jumbie's that level 3 of all the elementals and the Ether Shaman, they're like 10 feet tall.
What?
And so it's really hard to take an image that's 10 feet tall and make it into this little tiny NFT that has like information in it. So we broke it up into multiple pieces so you can see the information and zoom in, and then make the third one and kind of see the whole entire thing as a whole. But it's so gigantic, and we have to squish it down to such a tiny thing to fit on your screen. But if you come to the mothership and see it, it's 10 feet tall. So
that's why there are so many blends in the collections.
Yes, it's to try to get you the information that Jumbie's, coding into the art without just making it this tiny little thing.
That was something I genuinely not realized, and that's actually amazing. Okay, so these pieces are huge in real life. Wow.
Huge. Okay. They are 10 feet tall. I remember the first party I went to out in Vegas when Jumbie did the decorations at one of the JBD Champs parties, and we walked in, and Jumbie had the fire elemental, the fire goddess, up there, and with the color changing light on it. And I watched everybody walk into this party and stop dead in their tracks because they saw this thing and was like, what is that? Is this giant 10-foot tall goddess changing color in a way that they've never seen? And I had never really seen it either. And I was like, wow, who is that guy? And what is he doing? That's really friggin' cool.
Is that how you guys met originally?
That was one of the first times we met. Another time was at the tie-dye shop for Christmas. My mom came into the tie-dye shop for Christmas to visit me. And Jumbie happened to be visiting my tie-dye mentor for Christmas. And they met and realized they were both in Kentucky and they had these like roots. And I'm like, okay, Jumbie and my mom are getting along like old friends. And, here we go. So
that's pretty amazing. So you guys meeting was kind of serendipitous in a way because you seem to complement each other in terms of... Sorry?
Sorry, we just did it.
He just called my mom Terra Mom, and I love that so much. I'm gonna make it a thing. I had to headbang like Animal from Muppet Mayhem.
Oh my god, a Terramom NFT would be amazing.
Oh, she would love that. Oh my god.
This is a tachyon of a future moment that hasn't happened yet.
So if I'm looking at your collection, so the Egyptian and Hindu series were the first ones. So I blended some of these up. I have some of the raw pieces left, I believe, but a lot of these are blended up. Now, when you talk about something being 10 feet tall in real life, is this a projected piece or is this a printed piece?
Printed.
Oh no, they're printed. They're hanging up. They're hanging up inside the mothership right now. I mean, wait.
Wow.
If you want to show them, Jimmy, here, wait. How do I get the camera to go to?
We'll post a video.
Yeah, no, for sure. Whatever's good. Whatever's good. It's all good. But okay, so how do you physically print these immense pieces?
You press print.
Yeah, Jumbie sourced printers for like the last 15 years. He's like visited all of the people who print all of his stuff, make sure that it's printed on stuff that's like quality and has like gone the extra mile. And, sometimes people don't like appreciate that, but it's a thing. Like I wear my Jumbie shorts and my Jumbie hat and my Jumbie stuff like every day, not because it's just Jumbie and whatever. It's because it's good. Like, even if I didn't know Jumbie, if someone gave me this, I would wear it every day and be like, wow, the guy who made this is cool. Like, I want to thank him one day. But, like, I live in my Jumbie stuff because he doesn't want to put his art on something that's not, like Jumbie quality. And that's why we're on wax, is because wax is
intelligent beyond compare as far as blockchains are concerned.
Period. It is.
Yeah,
superior.
It really is.
Everyone will find the way back to the real as soon as they find it. They will realize, why were we ever anywhere else? We are so glad to be back. It'll be amazing.
And you're right, because ETH gets all of the so-called I guess kudos from quote unquote high art, so to speak. But it really does feel like wax, and to a lesser extent EOS. Just
there you are, Debbie. Yeah. That's funny. So all of the models in the thing, like, they're not like Shopify models or anything. Those are all like people and like real photo shoots that we've done, and it's a family affair. Like, all of those people are people that we want to see do really good in the world and like do well for themselves, and like we try to keep it. Wow, there's Toth. Oh my god, that looks so good. That's just a little piece of the Toth. There's so much more to that piece right there, but I cried when I first saw it because it's like epic. It's like a movie in one still frame.
That's the part where you were saying, the one I did that's like an opus.
I love it. I was actually going to the bodysuits because my wife wants one of these and I'm going to get her one. But
you're going to be the man.
Yeah.
What element is she? Because these are all elemental, and like you want to match the element to the human. It really makes a difference.
absolutely.
Fiery for sure.
Oh yeah, she's gonna love the Pele then. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
She'll love that
She'll love the
Pele.
Pele for sure.
I just absolutely love the cut on these. They're just lovely. So these are all people that you guys know in real life. I knew they weren't Shopify models. I could tell that. But so how does let me try to understand this, because I'm not my relationship with the world of art is tangential. So how do you go from art to NFTs to lifestyle brand to really crazy frame? What's the name of the frame again? I'm sorry, it's completely slipping my mind. Your special
Spectral
frame.
art frame.
The spectral art frame. How do these things all coalesce as I don't even know if business plan is the right word. Like, how does it come together? I mean, obviously the art came first.
With the right people. That's how it
Okay.
comes together. That's why it's been slow. Like, we have these things, we have them, but we're trying to change art. Jumbie's created art that needed a new type of canvas in order to be viewed correctly. So we spent a lot of time, effort, energy, and resources getting to this point. And it's way bigger than just releasing one set of art on these frames. It's more to evolve art as a whole for all the digital artists out there who are told maybe their art isn't art because they're making it on a computer, but then we give them this kind of frame and you can really flex what you're doing as a digital artist with this technology. And that's what we're trying to do. The last time art was revolutionized like this was Leonardo da Vinci making the Mona Lisa and the 3D of her lips. And so it's been a really long time since art has been evolved to a point to add a whole new dimension. And Jumbie's done that. And really our whole mission is to share that with the entire art world. Sorry.
That's an absolutely beautiful way of putting it. So
you said that really well.
Yeah, so we're talking a bit about a paradigm shift here. Now
Absolutely.
Now Jumbie's style is how can I put it? There's this inherent psychedelic element, but at the same time, if we look at the collection, I mean, he's done everything from the Egyptian stuff to the Hindu stuff, all the way to Hunter, all the way to Alice in Wonderland.
Animals,
all sorts of stuff. Yeah,
right. But Mike, one question I'm curious about is, do you think that the medium of the frame of that technology, could it work with more traditional art styles?
100%.
Absolutely.
Anything.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Absolutely. That's our goal. In fact, one of the things I look to do is get involved with all of the major masters that have done art movements before and get the classics and release them on a spectral art frame so we can see what was already like preserved in their masterful layout and design. And how does that activate when we shift our perspective with the light? What do we get? What did we see that we didn't know we could see? Maybe there's something hidden. Who knows? I'm ready to try and unlock some stuff.
That is amazing. So okay, so I met you guys through Creati, the founder of Nova Pangea, who got the spectral art frame for I think, was it the Sexy Time NFT or another one? I can't remember.
It was a Light Realm.
Yeah, I think it was the Sexy Time Light Realm one.
Is that what that's called? Okay, I didn't even know that.
Well, we informly call it Sexy Time. I'm their head of lore.
That's so great.
The lead singer from Flaming Lips referred to the color changing light as the Sexy Time light. So
yeah, he's right.
It's fantastic. I was on his tour bus showing him with the flashlight out back after a concert and blowing his mind. He's like, "Oh." I left him the posters and the holograms and the light. And I'm like, "Here, you can use this light." And he's like, "Oh man, you're leaving me the Sexy Time light. This is amazing." I lost it. I was like, you gotta say that on a recording for me somewhere.
That's amazing. So the spectral art portal, the Sexy Time light. So
Hilarious. I love that this is how it's happening. This is even better. So organic. It's priceless.
so how did you how was it developed physically without getting into your like trade secrets? Like
It's a RGB LED diode that slow fades through the spectrum, and we just kind of needed technology to get to a point where this could happen, because before LED diodes there were traditional incandescent parcan kind of things that was making it harder to blend light in the format that we can do it now. And since LEDs came on the scene, there's been kind of an explosion of innovations that have happened with them, and using them in regard to light has been something special that we're looking forward to sharing with as many artists as we can.
that's amazing.
I see you found our turned on section.
Oh yeah, the white
Where
label.
we white label for people.
Yeah, I love it. And you guys, all your stuff is made in America. Your clothing, right?
Yes, sir.
That's awesome. But the actual like physical construction of it, did you guys build the prototype yourself, or did you work with like a technologist? How did that happen?
Prototype of what? The light?
Of
The portals.
of the frame.
Oh, of the frames. Yeah, I built it myself. I built it. We've been prototyping it into actual production for going on 15 years now, almost there, to be ready to deliver in full glorious format, in full Jumbie Tadanis for everyone to enjoy here very soon. I kind of have a OCD with polishing things before it comes out, so
No, that's totally fine.
Part of the delay.
is the one that Creati has right now? Is that one still a prototype, or is that?
No, we're in the first wave. We haven't gotten our full production in hand to be able to like prestigiously do our archival like in-house. So we're still kind of like getting our bearings on how we want to like properly like deliver. So we're just, each one is its own very unique hand delivered like meal at this point, until we get it like nice and tight, which is coming very soon as we work with
Creati got in early.
Yeah.
He got in early because I mean the art is awesome and it's fun and it worked really well with what we were doing.
Yeah.
And he's a really good dude who really cares about his community.
He really does.
And part of this technology is we're not trying to just like, pardon my French, of like whoring it out, but like finding people who it will really help and benefit the most first before it's just out there, you know?
And the French you were looking for is je ne veux pas faire la pute.
I like the sound of that.
I'm a fluent French speaker.
That's
no,
awesome.
but all kidding aside, so basically, if Creati got in, pardon the expression, I guess, on the ground floor of spectral light. So when I look through the website, the option to order one is not currently there, right?
Portal wise,
we may have taken it down because of the Key West gallery.
We're building an entire website that's Web3 specifically for portals. That's kind of something that we're.
Oh no, sorry, the portals are still there. Oh, is it labeled as a portal on here?
So okay, so there's two different types of portals. The one that you saw that Creati has. Yeah, that is what we're trying to bring to every artist as a very simple, mint to print type solution. Where
the 11 by 17 then.
Yes, the ones you're looking at there are more fine art portals that are going up in the Key West galleries, and they're a lot bigger and they have a lot more controllability via their chip that we use to run all the LEDs. We can really program the LEDs to go with the artwork more so than the regular ones that are just really set to like fade between colors. The ones you're looking at there are thousands of dollars because they're hand programmed to
of course
accentuate
these are the originals, so to speak,
artwork in a way that the other ones aren't capable of yet, but really aren't supposed to be. The slow color fade is really where the healing effects come into play, where it's very peace inducing. Like, I'm not going to say it regenerates cells and regrows limbs, but it induces peace in a way that, you know, is very organic and is natural.
Yeah.
But those ones there that you're looking at there, those are thousands of dollars. Those are handmade in a way and programmed in a way that accentuate the art specifically and are very custom. But those are tailored more towards fine art galleries for, you know, multiple tens of thousands of dollars for art pieces. And then we have a smaller scaled version for that's like a canvas for any artist to be able to take advantage of.
Oh, I see. Okay, so let's say hypothetically, I want to get one of my dog. I have a dope ass picture of my dog. Is that something I'll eventually be able to do, or
Yes.
is
So what we're doing right now is we're creating a VIRL or phygital system where you purchase one piece, which is going to be the print, and then you purchase the other piece, which is going to be the actual physical frame, blend them together, and it'll give you a special code to use in our VIRL portal that you upload the image you want, whatever you want, and we'll print it on the special film and have it go through the process, put it in the portal, and then ship it to whatever address you give us.
That's really cool. That's like VIRL to the next level.
Mint to print, baby.
Mint to print. That's what we're trying to do for artists so that, you know, maybe they can start drumming up some bigger sales for their collections and all of those things. And, you know, it comes at a time where I think, you know, everyone can kind of use something to look forward to.
Yeah, and you know, Mike, you and I at some point were talking about light and how I have a 13-year-old dog with some arthritis, and for I don't know, it was about 3-4 months. She went twice a week to the vet for light therapy, red light therapy on her joints.
See,
and it gave,
they're doing it.
We're trying to get in there and prove it.
And it gave her immense relief. It's like she sorry, I can only think of the word in French. She rajeunit. It was almost as if she got like 3 years younger in 3 months. And the benefits. Yeah, she was rejuvenated. Thank you. I appreciate it. English is my first language, but sometimes I can't think of a word in English. It's weird.
Oh, I understand.
Yeah, and Mike was saying that basically, yeah, like sometimes you can stare at one of these, especially as it's changing with music, for example.
So here's where it comes in. We did a show in Vegas last year called Champs. It's like a counterculture convention, thousands and thousands of people. And so Jumbie displayed all of the light frames. There was like 10 or 15 of them there on display on the wall. And so we had one of our good friends. She always has her dog in a stroller, and she strolls him through the whole show and visits everyone. And so Scout comes, and she parks Scout in front of the Hunter S. Thompson portal, and we just notice him mesmerized by the slow color shift. And so I asked her, I was like, hey, can you move just a little bit? I'm curious. I want to watch his eyes. And so she moved him a little, and his head turned to stay with the portal. And I was like, wow, look at that. He's really digging this. And so for the rest of the week, there was 4-day show. She would come by every day and say hi. And every day Scout would just really be, you know, fixed on this piece of art. And there had to be something to it. So that's what kind of started this. Okay, let's pay attention to the animals when they're witness to this. Because we know animals see televisions all the time. There's television in every home. But the television has a very different. Yeah, it ignores it. But this was very, very different. And I watched people stop dead in their tracks walking by and stop and look and come walk towards it. And that's when I would jump in and say, that's not digital, that's a print. And they'd have to get really close to it. And we're like mesmerized. And I'm like, okay, this is something that is going to change the world. We need to get this out there in the front of all digital artists to see what this is doing and see how this can help, because I feel like this can really change the entire world in so many ways. And the artists need to get a hold of it to see how that can happen.
That's absolutely amazing. So when you're printing it, and again, I'm not looking for your trade secrets. So if this is one, just tell me to shut up. So are you printing this on regular high quality stock, or is it a special type of paper or thing?
Well, it depends on what we're printing on.
For the portals, we're printing on film product. So that's
when you say film
not
product,
paper.
No, of course.
Yeah,
Are you
like
talking cellulose film?
translucent. I don't think it's cellulose, but it's like a. It once was called Duratrans, but it is no longer that in circulation. So it's now like an attempted version of what it once was. But we've found ways to wag the dog and make it appear as it once did. So
That's amazing.
we'd love to get the original Kodak product antiquitized while I was developing this. So we've been creating our new version, which is just as enjoyable. But it'd be great to get involved with Kodak and be like, hey guys, you want to sponsor our movement?
Yeah, no, for real.
Yeah.
And the number of products you guys have created, and the thing is, it's kind of beautiful because none of them feel contrived. I'm a big fan here of, and when I order for Meredith, I'm probably going to get one of these for myself. These velvet hoodies and pants.
The velvets, dude.
That's the juice, man.
That is the velvets are the greatest thing ever.
Get your lady the hoodie dress, brother. Get your lady the hoodie dress.
Oh, but see, I got to ask you now. Have you guys ever heard of the Sweatcedo?
I have not.
It's like a velour tracksuit, custom, like mine say Prime Rogue Inc. on the back, because Prime Rogue Inc. is actually my company. I don't know why I stream under it. I just whatever. Rogue is my dog and anyway, whatever. But so like I picture these as being like a thinner version of the same thing because they look pretty lightweight, right?
These are relatively lightweight. Yes, it's not a thick velvet. Yeah,
they're like the summer version of the Sweatcedo, I guess.
Exactly. It's the Sweatcedo. Yeah. These are way more breathable. Yeah, you'll be pleased.
They look amazing. Yeah. So what's the fit like on these? Are these slim fit or are these like regular fit?
I'm a big boy. We go up to 3X in these. I'm a big man. I feel pretty good about the sizes we got there.
Like I'm 6 foot, almost 6'4", and probably around 280.
Yeah.
You think
I'd get the 3X just because it'll be a little more room to move in it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's the more it's technically a unisex item, so we go up to really big sizes to make sure we get it, but it's not going to be like swimming on you, you know. So
no,
I would go with I'd go with the big one so that you have the little extra room that would be there. I'm a big guy. I wear the 3X, and it's comfy on me.
I see this as being like festival wear, like something I'd wear to a music festival.
Yeah, I mean, we come out of music festivals. We're trying to figure out how to step into the main reality without breaking it too hard as we do, because we can be kind of oil to the water of 9 to 5 Matrix life.
No, I hear you. So one thing I really love about your collection, I don't want to keep you guys too late, is the Hunter S. Thompson collection, and the Wonderland collection. Yeah. Why don't we start with Wonderland? How my wife loves Alice in Wonderland, and your take on it is clearly very unique, to say the least. What brought you to this world, and what kind of how can I put you in phrase?
Yeah, please. Let me give you the rundown. So, yes.
Oh, I think I lost them. Oh, they are so distinctive tissues. I think we lost Jumbie there for a sec. Hopefully they'll be able to join us again. Why don't we run a Crittercraft in the meantime, guys? Let me get one of those started. Where is the fucking Crittercraft? Oh, stop screen, present, share screen, Crittercraft. Yeah, guys, hit. No, not Crittercraft. Goddamn. Exclamation mark light with your wallet ID. Light.
I don't know if we can hear us or not.
Oh, yeah, you guys are back. Hey,
Sorry,
all right.
sorry. Mike handed me the phone and I pushed a button because my thumbs are big.
Oh, no worries at all.
So let me tell you about this Alice in Wonderland, right? So it's got to be like 2010, and I think one of my favorite producers, I think Tim Burton is doing Alice in Wonderland, right? And so I'm a huge fan, and I can't wait to see him do a creepy take on Alice in Wonderland. And I was like, I'm going to make my own Alice in Wonderland piece in honor of this happening. I'm going to launch it on the same night as the movie coming out, because I want to go after making I want to make a trippier caterpillar. He's already shown us in the preview that he has the coolest ability to do the Cheshire Cat you could ever imagine. Yeah. Because you can video animate him coming and going out of the smoke, which is just ridiculous. So I was like, I don't even want to try and compete. However, it's you and me, man. We're going head to head over this caterpillar. I am the caterpillar, and I will smoke until we figure out our way to the answer here. And so we made this piece, and I had a whole, it's the night before Alice in Wonderland, because it's the night before it's going down. So I had this whole like pre-narrative that goes on that walks you through the whole piece. And I can walk you through it, but it's hard for me to walk you through it without me pointing at it. So it's difficult to like properly execute. But yeah, there's a story that walks you through why the rabbit is going to be late for his very important date.
I love that. I love it. I absolutely love it. And what I mean, Hunter with the Vegas collection it is quite obvious in that respect. But
that was the 50th anniversary of Bat Country being released in the Rolling Stone. And Anita Thompson called me to remind me that happened to be happening. And I was like, oh, man, I should commemorate this with a piece. And so I set off on a mission and made this amazing piece. And he's even got the Rolling Stone tucked in under the briefcase lid in the piece that he's carrying all the stuff while he's swatting at the bats. So there's a whole story in that piece as well. But we already know most of the story. But I put a little extra story in because of it being the commemorative of the 50th anniversary.
And the Backcountry masterpiece is like, I mean, I have no words. It is so beautiful.
Thank you.
I'm a big Hunter fan. And you know, like it has not moved me to tears, but like it's giving me the feels, if that makes sense. Like in an analogous way. But Mike was telling me at some point that your main portrait, I don't know if I picked it up yet, your portrait of Hunter, this one here, you spent quite a long time on this one, right?
That entire piece, the whole masterpiece that you have there, the Backcountry piece, it took me quite a while to make. I want to say it's over 1,500 layers in Photoshop.
Oh my God, that is absolutely insane. And
Yeah,
I could blend, I have enough NFTs to blend more of them, but I love looking at this, like this here.
Broken up. Yeah, like a triptych. I love it. We keep having this happen. We have little burn tokens and things. People don't want to burn them. They're like, the thing's too cool. I don't want to get rid of it. And it's like, oh, but it unlocks the next thing. That's the bigger thing. You're like, I'm going to keep it.
I think I got a couple of those packs, and I was just like, fuck it. I'm not blending it twice. These are just staying in my wallet. The triptych is
love
just,
it.
Yeah, it's just so amazing.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I do want to let you guys back to your night and to your birthday. So I just maybe keep you guys for another 5-10 minutes if that's cool with you.
Sure.
I'm down.
Nice. Okay, so back to the spectral light frame. In terms of like mass market or not mass, well, I don't know if hopefully mass market one day, but starting with niche market. When if you guys had to put a guesstimate on it, when do you think it would be available for VIRL?
Well, I guess it depends. If we can start in the first, kind of do some small batch action, we're hoping to start trickling them out here very soon.
Well, right now, as part of the Space Yachts program, for every 1,000 that we mint, we're gonna airdrop a VIRL of one of them into someone's wallet and kind of shake up. Yeah, we're gonna kind of shake up the system. So instead of selling them, we're just gonna kind of give them away, and it's all planned into the system. But get them out there, and then any secondary market fees that they create by maybe being flipped or whatever, all go back into the system for all of our holders. So we're trying to make something fun and release it in a way that's fun and fair, and we don't really even have control of. We're going to use Bounty Block to release them, so it's all going to be random. And yeah.
Do you want to speak to the new collection that's forthcoming? Are you able to speak to it a little bit, or?
So basically, Space Yachts is a really fun concept that Jumbie came up with. That we're getting the whole community involved in a way that's really fun. It's not really a PFP as far as not being a profile picture, but it's going to be something that uses the PFP generator to generate art that we've come up with that is kind of unique. I've looked on all the other blockchains. I've never seen anything like this. I've never seen any project do this. We're going to be using Mike D's royalty contract to split everything. So it's like completely trustless and automated. And we just really want to give back to the community. Our whole major goal is to release the spectral art frames. So any money we make with NFTs and things, like, we're really trying to find creative ways to just sort of pipe that back into the system and get everyone just aware of what we're trying to do. That's way bigger than, just what we're trying to gain from it, Yeah.
So basically there's this inherent mission that's in the art and that seems to be in the business model too, that's premised on sharing good vibes, right?
Absolutely.
I just love that. And
raise the frequency through color, man. I'm sure we can do it.
Damn right. And do you guys have I guess an approximate release framework for that, or is it something you guys are still ideating?
I mean, we'll have the VIRLs for the Space Yachts program within the next couple of weeks before the end of August.
And when is Space Yachts itself going to launch?
At that same time. We're kind of planning it all to launch at the same time, and then we have another lottery thing that we're doing for our little community with RG Bits, but we won't get into that. That's breaking poor Ben and his NFT Hive PFP generator. Like, we are finding ways to break this poor thing in ways that he probably didn't mean for it to be used when he made it, but we're going to use it for that anyway because we can.
He's getting a lot of business right now, Ben is. And
well
deserved.
And for good reason, man. Him and the whole Hive crew, that's not a very large crew, and they give us tools that without, like, we wouldn't be where we're at right now with Wax. So I'm super thankful for Ben and all the work him and his team do.
I have to say, NFT Hive is probably, well, no, not probably, is the best marketplace on Wax in my opinion.
Yeah, they give us all the tools that we need to do all the cool stuff that if you're really trying to grind your way on Wax, NFT Hive is definitely the place to be able to do that. And I don't work for them or get paid by them in any way, shape, or form. I'm just a big fan.
Yeah, I just get the honey. That's the other thing. I mean, the honey that they give is just a great rewards token. So, I mean,
that's one of the better, not investment advice, but that's, I have a decent amount of honey as a personal user of Wax because I feel like it's one of the better plays right now.
Yeah, and not financial advice, of course. This boilerplate disclaimer. I buy everything I can on NFT Hive solely not solely, but in part to get the honey. Just because it's such a great coin. And I think the platform has so much
and to bring this up, last night I was in Captain D-Gen's stream when you came in and were just dropping bits to shoot him in the face with stuff. I didn't know that was a thing that he did on his stream. I was crying, laughing. I was like, this is the greatest thing I've seen. I'm so glad to be a part of this, but that was hysterical.
I was having so much fun.
Dude, you got him right in the mouth, and I like spit out my drink onto my laptop. I'm like, oh shit, I gotta clean this up.
Yeah, I came in there and I was just gonna, I was resubbing. And I was waiting to time it well. And then I realized that, wait, I can hit him on one side with the silly string and on the other side with the Nerf gun. And yeah, I was timing it and I was just fucking with him, and I love Captain D-Gen. So obviously it was out of love, but yeah, it was a really, really good time last night in that stream. It was hilarious.
Yeah, that was awesome. I enjoyed that.
All right. So guys, it was amazing talking to you. I'm gonna run a grub fish here, so I'm just gonna load that up. But you guys, first of all, Mike, happy birthday again. It's been absolutely great having both of you on. I love the good vibes you bring to the space. I think Jumbie, your art is beautiful. Mike, you're a great ambassador for Jumbie. You guys are great partners. And yeah, I'm so glad we met through Novo. You guys really bring something great to the community. And it's the nature of the space that if it hadn't been for Novo, I'm not sure I would have found you guys. It's one of
That's awesome. I love that because Creati's awesome. His energy is like infectious.
We love this community, man. We wanted to bring something to a community that deserves something for the hard work and energy that's gone into such a great system.
Yeah, and we're having
something superlative.
Yep, and we at Novo we love Jumbie, and yeah, it's just like
we love you guys.
So
too.
glad to have awesome community
Such
members.
Great art you guys have. Much commence to those.
I know. I was watching the other night. You guys were creating stuff. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's our AI artist. That art is not canon, but that's Mikey Dubs. He generates AI art. Our regular art for cards is hand drawn in Colombia.
South America.
Dude, they're awesome. I love them.
Did you guys ever, before you guys go, Jumbie's maybe never seen it. You can obviously see my face right in front of you, but my Discord photo it is actually my founder's PFP for Nova Pangea. And this wasn't free. This was something I acquired. Is actually a custom that they made of me. Let me see if I have it right here. I don't know if you guys will be able to see it or not, but if I can find it here. Otherwise, I'll just send it via DM. But yeah, they were. Yeah, I don't have it in here, but yeah, so I had a custom of myself done for my PFP in game, and it's just they did such an amazing job from sketch to final product. It just great team. So yeah, it's I appreciate them. I appreciate you guys. And thank you again for coming on. Happy NFtopia weekend. Happy birthday. I'm gonna run this grubfish now. And you guys, I hope you have an amazing evening. Yeah, because it's getting a little late now for you guys. Oh no, it's 9:10. Well, still. But yeah, I just
it's party time.
Yeah, I really appreciate you guys coming on.
Thanks for having us, man.
I appreciate it. Yeah,
you having us and taking interest in all of our amazing things we're working on over here that we like to share. And it takes wonderful people like you taking interest in helping get us out to the people and showcase us in these wonderful ways. Your show is amazing. Thank you.
I appreciate it. Yeah, this is going to go on YouTube. So if someone wants to search for an interview with Jumbie, they'll be able to find it. So thanks, guys. Much appreciated.
Thank you.
So if anyone wants to enter the Grubfish, !light and your Wax Wallet ID. All right, let's run this sucker.
Oh, God. You can save them.
Oh, fucking crypto. All right, I'm going to send both of you guys a Jumbie sticker pack, Funkin' Crypto and tissues. Thank you so much for being here as well. I will send it right after stream. I got a few extra, so I will send that over. And again, thank you guys so much for being here. So we are going to log off for the night. And again, thank you so much, guys.
Thanks, man.
Absolutely.
Yep. Cheers. Take it easy,
Thank you.
gentlemen. Have a great night and
Peace.
happy birthday. Bye-bye.
Peace.
Peace.